Namaste to all you cosmic souls and welcome to your spread of the 7 planets today. So what is the spread of the 7 planets? I will put a picture at the corner over here somewhere showing you what each card really symbolizes, and just so that you can understand it better. So we'll just start the spread of the 7 planets, and as we go I will also explain it to you. Cool? Okay, so let's begin. I will be using the Rider-Waite Tarot for this. We will be clarifying the cards after the spread as well. So, for the first card, we have the Moon. And the whole spread is about what you value, right? So, the Moon is about what is hidden. Like what is within the unconscious mind. What are the things that need to be revealed to you from the unconscious mind. So that will be your first card. I will bring it up to show you while doing the reading. Now your second card will be Mercury, where it talks about the negotiations you need to make, about travel, about money, about your business. Mostly the conscious mind. So card number 1 is your unconscious mind. This second one, Mercury, is your conscious mind. Now your third card will be Venus, which is about your love, about your passion, about your relationships that you have, if it is with yourself or somebody else. Okay, so that's your third card. Now the fourth one is the Sun, about your music, about the arts, about your soul, about higher consciousness. And then we have 5, which is Mars, the power, your sex drive, your ego, any conflicts that may be coming up at this point of time, basically. The spread does look a bit different, but as much space as I've got to show everything on the screen, it's going to look like this. Okay. Next we have card 6, which is Jupiter. What is Jupiter? It's your passion, it's your skills and your knowledge. It's the things that can be shared outside the self-experience, outside what you are aware of. Okay, it's basically your experience to certain things. What kind of experiences you are having with each situation as things move. The last one, which is your 7th card and the 7th planet, which is Saturn. It's all about the lessons you need to learn, the restrictions, your karma, and any long-term influences that you may have. So this is your overall spread. Let's start the reading. All right. So we will start with card number 1, which is what is hidden in the unconscious mind. Now with this, I will be picking one from the Light Years Tarot, and if we need more guidance, we can always, Okay, so what is hidden in the unconscious mind is the positive paths that you need to take. The positive steps. Why I say positive is because you need to tune your mind into a certain pattern of belief. You can have doubts, you can have questions. All right, you can always have doubts and questions. That is something that you need to be curious about so that you can constantly move forward and learn more. But what I'm saying with positive thoughts is the way you place your thoughts and how you navigate through your life depends on your thought process. It depends on what's going on in your mind. And what's going on in your unconscious mind is for you to manifest the abundance that you have been dreaming of for a very long time. And you see the path. You see the path that takes you towards the mountains. And unconsciously, you are taking yourself there. You are taking yourself towards the mountains, towards peace. And somewhere that path will bring you prosperity and abundance, even though that's not your end goal. It's just part of the process. So if you have, we will come to the money in card number 2, which is your Mercury. But as such, if you have any doubts about your money in your path in this life, your unconscious mind is happy. So wherever your conscious or your subconscious mind is, try to bring the energy of the unconscious to the conscious. It's not an easy process, but tap into it a little more, like connect with your higher self a little more. So this path is something that you are constantly moving towards. It's like your heart is just taking you there. Your heart is like, I need to go there. Can you hear the airplane? It's like you need to take that route. You feel so drawn to take that route. So your logical mind, your conscious mind may say a few logical things, but inside of your heart, inside of your soul, you know that there is a direction that you need to move through or towards. And you also know what the direction is. You're just skeptical about taking the next step. So this is just your unconscious mind. We will take guidance on what to do about the unconscious mind later on. Okay, so now we have your second card, second planet, Mercury. Travel, money, immediate influences, about the conscious mind. So what is the conscious mind talking about? The conscious mind is talking about making decisions. It's about planning ahead. It's about, no, I need to do this in order to do this. So exactly. So this is exactly what your conscious mind is doing. It's planning, is being logical. Your unconscious mind already knows the path. So basically your conscious mind is in a place where it is ready to plan towards the place that your unconscious mind wants to move towards. Okay, so you make that connection. How to plan to get there. And your planning also comes from your intuition. So your intuition kind of helps you and guides you to take you towards that road, towards that path that you need to move towards. Because you hold the keys to the doors, so only you can take this next step. Only you can take this next step. Alright, we're not picking a guidance for this. Now your third planet would be Venus, about love, about passion, about your relationships, basically anything about the emotional intelligence and the heart. Okay, so what are you looking at? What are you waiting for? You're looking at something which is not within your reach. It's like, it feels like it's so far away that, exactly. So it's so far away that you're unsure of this whole path just because of this one thing. Because you feel like it's so far away. How am I going to reach there? How is it going to benefit me in any way? How exactly can I move to feel actually? It's, you have not accepted all of your emotions. Like how you feel about this certain person or certain situation, whatever it is, you have not fully accepted it. You're just, in your mind, you feel like you've accepted it and you don't care about it anymore. But there's a lot of hurt and pain in your heart that you have not acknowledged, because at the time you were very understanding and you let it pass, you let it move through. Okay, this is what it is, I understand your perspective, but you did not understand your perspective. You did not allow yourself to feel bad about it. And it's very natural to feel bad about something. And your emotional intelligence It asked you to feel bad. I mean, I don't feel good. And you may have accepted it for a second or two, but not more than that. So you didn't allow yourself to fully feel. You understand? You didn't allow yourself to fully feel how your heart was actually feeling. So your guidance would probably be to go a bit deeper and do some shadow work on yourself to really understand where this stems from, where is this emotion coming from, because it is also very prominent in your spiritual path and also the planning that you are about to make. So your spiritual path, in the sense that the path of your understanding and your movement forward, right? So right now, this place is a bit unseen. Okay, it's like it's a bit deep, right? So you see this, there's a dug hole here, and it's a bit deep, and it's like you've put all of these emotions of these cups here. I don't know if you're able to see. There's these few cups. You put all the emotions inside this, and you've thrown the cups away. But the last one, there's still a little bit, just okay, I'm trying to understand, but I don't want to understand. I'm a little bit tired of this whole process. That kind of energy is coming through. Which is what it's like. It's not a significant change. I mean, it is a significant change, but it is a process of change. So it's happening over a period of time. So it does not affect you suddenly in one go. Next, we'll move to the fourth planet, which is the sun or higher consciousness. Okay. All right. Individuality. Where is your individuality? Why are you looking elsewhere for your individuality? Why are you not looking within? Also, nobody is taking your power away from you. Nobody is actually, nobody is taking away who you are. Nobody is trying to take away your personality from you. Okay, you just need to understand that. I feel like somewhere you feel a bit skeptical about being yourself, or somewhere that individuality you feel like, I don't know, it's like you feel like people are taking your individuality away from you. But at the same time, that's not actually the case. So what's really going on here, guys? The soul, the understanding of the soul, understanding that you are a soul and your individuality, of course, it affects the people around you. But there is a time of change for everybody, including yourself and the people around you. So what does that do? Your individuality changes. So it's not that you are not being you, or you are being you, or somebody's taking. It's not that. It's just that you are in the process of changing who you are. It's like to come into more, to come more in alignment with yourself. And maybe that is making you feel like somewhat imbalanced, or like, I don't feel like myself fully and completely. And that is possibly confusing you in certain ways. Okay. But we do have the Eight of Wands, which means that all the people around you actually support your growth and they understand you. It's like, how understanding you are, they are also equally understanding of you. So allow that process, allow the process of change. It's not something, your individuality is very important to you. So don't disregard it, don't push it away for tomorrow. Because who you are matters now, matters today, matters to you. Maybe other people around you also matter to you, but they have to matter to themselves first to matter to anybody else, which means that you have to matter to you before you can take into consideration anybody else's feelings. You have to think about your own. Even if you're making a compromise, you need to understand how you feel about it too. You're not conformed by another person's feelings or another person's thoughts. If that makes sense at all. I think it does. Okay, next we go to Mars. Power, ego. Take some advice. Take some advice. It's okay to take advice from people. It's okay to take help from people. It's okay to talk to people. It's okay to expand your horizons. Even if it doesn't completely match your own, just keep an open ear. Just to listen to another person's perspective. Just to see, okay, so this is what they're talking about. So this is what they mean. Interesting. So that's all you're doing. You're just exploring options. You're just exploring the depth of understanding perspectives without putting your judgment in first. It's like, yes, you have an opinion about it. But what you're doing is you're giving a chance for other people's opinions to just freely be without putting your idea forth. You have your idea at the back of your mind, but what you're doing is that you're seeing another person's perspective, saying, okay, so I can also see it this way. But I feel like you're not grounded in this. It's actually like you are open to doing it, but you're not very open to doing it. You want to be open to doing it, but somewhere something is saying that don't let other people's ideas conform into your own, or mix with your own, because again, individuality. You feel like some people are taking it away, and if you practice somebody else's ideas or you take somebody else's help, then you're not being true to yourself. But actually you are. You're just exploring options, because your mind can only think as much as it has experienced. So when you look at something from somebody else's eyes, you're able to open a little bit more. Your mind is able to look at something completely differently. And that in itself can give you an expansive idea of your own. Doesn't have to be theirs. But the perspective is what is important. Okay. Also, there could be some form of disagreements or conflicts either within yourself, you're just fighting with yourself, or with others too. It's not a very extremely smooth conversation. It's like, yes, no, I don't know, I don't want to accept it. Tone itself is a bit like, I want to listen to it, but I really don't, because again, you're just finding your boundaries, which is good. You're working on it. It's really great. You just ground yourself a little, so you're able to open yourself to new and different perspectives. That could be quite exciting, actually. Next, we'll move to Jupiter, my favorite planet. Why is it my favorite planet? Because that's the first planet I learned about in what I'm currently studying. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands for your skills, your knowledge, and your experience, basically. And what does this symbolize? For me, Wands, even though it is a suit of action, for me, Wands always symbolizes growth. Of course, every tarot reader will read it differently. If you've attended any of my tarot sessions, whether it is as a reading for you or my classes, you would understand that Wands is a process of growth. You see the leaves every time. of course, a different element always attracts you. Like, you have your growth and then you have your surrounding energy to see what it is that is causing your growth. So that means your surroundings are equally important to your personal growth as much as you are important for your personal growth. So it's not just you, what you do and what you think that is important for your growth. What is also important for your growth is your environment, is your surroundings, is your workplace organized and clean. It's okay to be a bit messy. I like a bit of mess myself. But just a little bit of organization changes the entire energy of the place. And that is what discipline is. I've been incorporating discipline in my life for a while now. Or at least I've been trying to. Yes, okay. Understood. Next we have Saturn. Lessons. What lessons? What karma? What are the long term? Definitely a long term influence. Wow! It's so nice to end with the star. It's so nice to end with the star. I mean, you're becoming your whole self. So by the time you cross all the lessons and cross all the planets, you're already in a place of the star. So don't hold on to who you already are too tightly, and explore new options, explore new spaces, explore new forms of energy. Why you gotta explore new forms of energy? Just to explore. I mean, why not explore when you have the space to explore? If you have the space to explore, then explore, have a bit of fun with it. Let me show you the star. So you are completing a whole transformative growth. By the time you finish all your lessons, you will be in a place of utmost growth, where you will understand that only things that follow your dharma, what is true to yourself, only that works for you, because it is what you believe is true for you, right? So that is your dharma, that is your truthfulness. And Saturn is a planet that will push you to be true to yourself. Jupiter is a planet that will push you to follow your passion. Like if you're doing something against your passion or against your dharma, your truth, it will push you, like it will just intervene, because the planets are very, very strong. So according to, of course, where your planets are placed in your astrological chart, according to that it will affect your life. Of course, this astrology doesn't revolve in your entire life. It's just nice to know, so you're able to see, okay, this is what I have to work on, and these are the effects of this planet. So if I focus on my passion more when Jupiter is in a certain placement, then that will give me more fruit. Or right now I need to just draw back and start planning a bit more, because that is what is showing up in your chart. And automatically you'll see your life changing, because you're accepting that and you're putting that lesson to use. It just gives you an outline of what will work for you. Of course, you have different ways. You always have trial and error, which is great. Always take at least a few risks and challenges, even if it is only for yourself. I am sure you can hear the grinder, the mixie sound in the kitchen outside. So, which is okay. We got to make peace with wherever we are at this point of time in our growth. So let's pick out some guidance cards for you guys. You are living poetry. So you are a poem. What you are doing, I love this. I love this so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. You are living poetry and you are the muse. So imagine a person is about to write a poem. They look for a muse, they look for inspiration, right? They look for something that gives you the inspiration to actually write a poem. So you are that inspiration. Maybe you can say your story, put it in your words, put your experience of growth and understanding into this poem, because you are the poem and you are the inspiration for this poem. So basically, these cards are saying that you learn from yourself and you learn from your experiences, which is exactly right. I think so. No, this is just what. When I was shuffling the cards before this reading, this is the card that I saw. I'm like, wow, this is such a beautiful card. And it's popping up for us right now. Hold the connection. I'm just gonna stare at it for a second. So we have a peacock. We have people. One person. We have beautiful artwork. The same artwork, I had gone out with my mom yesterday, and the tiles had such beautiful artwork like this. It was so nice to just see that artwork. Maybe we'll... So there are certain colors that you are personally drawn to, right? So now I have observed the card and I have the reading for you now. So I'm just going to read it out to you. There are certain colors that you are particularly drawn to. There are certain ways of life that you are particularly drawn to. There is certain things that you feel are not in alignment with yourself. And some things that you feel like, I'm over this, but there is something that is not completely finished. So, hold the connection is a card that says, hold your energy together. Hold yourself together. Hold the connection with yourself together by keeping things around you that you enjoy, that you are drawn to. So if you're drawn to peacock or the colors of the peacock or certain patterns of, like this mosaic is what I was drawn to, right? So certain patterns that you are drawn to, keep that around you to keep the energy inside of you alive. Okay? So it takes great intention and even greater will to maintain the connection with the invisible. So maintain the connection with the invisible. How do you do that? Invisible as in the energy. How do you maintain that connection? By keeping things around you that you are more drawn to. Yet your deepest truth and your greatest self is found right there. It's right there in front of you, in the invisible energies around you. Now is the time to seek presence with the eternal. Go about your day. Make your plans. Face your fears and indulge in your joy. All the while remembering your roots and your heritage, your tradition, your culture. What molded you to the person that you enjoy today. So of course certain conditionings you want to remove, but certain things you really like about yourself that you want to keep. So hold those roots together. Like I hold the roots towards the Egyptian life and to shamanic life very deeply, even though I was not born in it in terms of culture, right? Because somewhere deep in my heart, I know that I have a connection towards those places. But I also love my culture and my traditions because they molded my spirituality in such a way that I found my path. And so I hold that with me even today because it is what grounds me. That is how my experience has been. It is something that has always grounded me. That is just an example again. So you find your truth, you find your way of moving things. If you would like to book a spread of the 7 planets, it's always not so in depth. It's just the 7 cards, and if I need extra guidance, I pick. But this is for everybody, right? So I have read it very elaborately for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it because this is something I absolutely love to do. Yes, so spread of the 7 planets is there on my website. I'll just link it down below, and you can book it there. All right, so that is about it. I really hope you all enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. Sending you so much love and so much light. Namaste.